Hello, can I ask you a question? When you go to a teller machine to draw money, when the teller machine puts out the cash, do you take it out and just put it in your pocket without counting? No. When it comes to money, we count. But when it comes to water, we don't. Hello, my name is Dr. Bhakti Devi and I am the Urban Water Doctor. Urban Water Doctor is on a mission to help all the water users in the cities count water like money because we believe that when we start counting and accounting for water, water can be saved. So, today I want to help you understand how much water is really available around the planet for the humanity, right? So, let us start understanding water at a global level first. So, we all know Earth is 70% water. So, if we were to look at the water in the planet, on the planet, and if I said that this bucket represents all the water that exists on Earth, then can you guess how much, what proportion of the water, the entire water on planet, is actually not salty? Because we know most of it is salty, but how much is not salty? That is, how much is fresh water? Can you guess? Or can you guess how much is salty? Which means, it's the same thing. Like how much, what proportion is salty or saline? And because it's saline, we can't use it. So we have to try and use the fresh water, which is not saline. So what is the proportion? Any guess? Let me tell you. So if this is the water that makes up the entire earth, then 97% of it is saline, which means only 3% is actually fresh water. And how much is that 3% equivalent to? It is just this much compared to that much is actually fresh water, right? So now, if this is all the fresh water there is on the planet, but a lot of it is frozen, so we can't really access it directly as water. So, can you guess how much of it is not frozen or how much of it is frozen? Any guess? Okay, let me tell you. 69% of this small quantity that is actually available is frozen in the form of glaciers and ice. So the remaining proportion of that water is actually made up of two parts: groundwater, which is not visible to us, and the surface water, which is in the form of lakes and rivers. Now, if I was to ask you out of this, fresh water, I already told you 70%, 69% is ice and glaciers. Then what proportion is actually groundwater and what proportion is the surface water? Let me tell you. If I was to take out, that's the amount of water that is actually under the ground. Almost 30% of water is underground as groundwater. And only a teaspoonful of water, which is like less than 1%, is actually surface water, which we see in the form of rivers and lakes. And guess what? Most of the cities around the world are dependent on this water. So, is it a surprise that this water is no longer sufficient for the world, and every city around the world is slowly coming to a situation where it is water stressed? Gradually, they are all on a time bomb. It's just that Chennai and Bangalore are front of queue. And why is it that nature has only provided us this much water in the form of groundwater. And so now what has started happening is, because this water with the growing cities is becoming not available enough, is not sufficient, of course humans have started to drill hole under the ground and access this water because it looks much more. And yes, it was a lot, but they also abstracted it or extracted it at a much faster rate with pumps. And they have, even the groundwater is starting to deplete in many cities, starting from Chennai and Bangalore. So the reason that they have got depleted is because these sources that are accessed by the cities are generally one way or linear. So the cities extract water from this tiny source river, use it and dump it. Extract, use and dump. Extract, use and dump. Now suddenly, after doing it for many, many years, over 100 years, what do we have? Where the cities are growing in population, whereas this doesn't grow, does it? This doesn't grow, does it? On the contrary, it's only depleting because the way we are extracting it. Extract, 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 use, dump, use, dump. So suddenly when you look around yourself in a city, there is some water, but most of it is polluted. And this is predicted. It's predictable consequence that they are both depleting. And when they both are finished, that's what you have, zero day. And 0 days already arrived, actually, because everyone else is trying to scramble through some other source outside the city to bring water in. So this is something I wanted to explain, and I will give you more information about the water situation around the planet, around India, as well as within different cities. And that is how I would like to make sure that you all are really getting engaged on water as water users, because the future of our water security is in our hands, not in the hands of the government, but in the hands of the water user, you and I. Thank you. My name is Dr. Bhakti Devi, and I am the founder of Urban Water Doctor. You can check out our website at urbanwaterdoctor.com, and you can email us for any help on water services at urbanwaterdoctor@gmail.com. Thank you.